Dear viewers, today we are going to talk about the story of Lord Hayagriva. The story of Lord Hayagriva is narrated in the grand Indian epic known as the Mahabharata. The entire expanse of Mahabharata is actually a conversation between King Janamejaya and the learned sage Vaishampayana. It has 18 parvas, among which one of it is known as Shanti Parva. In this Shanti Parva, Janamejaya requests Vaishampayana to narrate the story of Lord Hayagriva, who was actually an incarnation of Sri Mahavishnu. When narrating the story of Hayagriva, the learned sage Vaishampayana first begins to narrate the story of how the worlds are created. He talks about the numerous entities that are all a part of the Lord Mahavishnu's Sharira. He explains about how the worlds come into being one at a time, and a form known as the Andakataha or a cosmic egg takes place. Each of these cosmic eggs have a Brahma who is in charge of the creation and its related activities in the beginning. Brahma is imparted the knowledge of the Vedas by the Lord himself. Based on the instructions and the knowledge that each Brahma receives, they begin to create the worlds in earnest. Once upon a time, in one of the many millions and billions of Andakatahas that we have, from the lotus upon which Brahma was seated, 2 dewdrops fell. By the will of Sri Mahavishnu himself, these 2 dewdrops turned into 2 demons known as Madhu and Kaitapa. Madhu and Kaitapa were filled with Rajoguna and Tamoguna, which caused them to be wicked and crooked. The 2 demons began to look around and quickly realized that they were in a magical world. They saw a beautiful, divine and mystic expanse that surrounded Brahma, and out of curiosity they began to approach him closer. They then saw how Brahma began to create the many worlds, the planets and all the wonderful beings, and they wanted all of this power for themselves. Greedy as they were, they enveloped Brahma because of their Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Brahma was blinded despite all his power. They robbed him of the knowledge of the Vedas and just left him covered in complete darkness. Among the worlds that Brahma had created, they dove deep into the nether worlds or the Patala Lokas, which were hidden under the cosmic oceans, and they buried the knowledge of the Vedas somewhere deep within, somewhere nobody could find them. Brahma did not know what to do. He just contemplated his next move, and he decided that other than approaching Shriman Narayana for help, there was nothing he could do. Off went Brahma to the world of Shirabdi, where Lord Shriman Narayana lay on his Adi Sesha in the Milky Ocean. Brahma felt very sad. He felt that he failed in the duty that the Lord had given to him. He went and prayed with folded hands to Sri Mahavishnu and began to chant the glories of the Lord. The all-knowing Lord Mahavishnu opened his eyes and blessed Brahma. He then said, with a smile on his lips, that, "Do not worry, dear Brahma. I will seek out those who did this to you and restore you to your former glory." Brahma was very happy with the promise and the assurance of the Lord. The Lord Sri Mahavishnu then began to take a form that was never seen before. The body of Sri Mahavishnu began to shine, drowning everything else in bright and shining light. All the stars and constellations and heavenly objects that Brahma had created so far seemed to come together and form the crown that was placed on the head of Sri Mahavishnu in this new avatara or incarnation. His mane and locks of hair that flowed in all directions shone like the rays of the brightest stars in the world. Different worlds around him came together and became different parts of his divine form. Cosmic oceans and tiny rivers and rivulets through which all of the water was flowing became a part of him, as did the sun and the moon. This divine form was the form of Lord Hayagriva. This was also an incarnation of Sri Mahavishnu, and he had the face of a horse from the neck up. With the swiftness that is characteristic of a horse, he sped down towards the nether worlds or the Patala Loka, where he saw Madhu and Kaitapa go with the Vedas. As he approached the demons, the sound of the Vedas themselves began emanating from Hayagriva. His deep voice thundered each of the words in the Vedas, frightening Madhu and Kaitapa, who were deep down in the ocean by themselves. They began to search for the source of where the chanting was coming from, but they were very, very confused and they couldn't find it. They moved far away from where they had kept the Vedas, and Lord Hayagriva found the Vedas unguarded. He then swooped down, picked them up, and began his ascent back to Satyaloka. Hayagriva then imparted the Vedas back to Lord Brahma. Satyaloka was filled once again with bright light and restored to its former glory. Brahma's prayers did not go in vain. He prayed to Lord Hayagriva once again and thanked the Lord for restoring his knowledge. After receiving due respects from Brahma, Lord Hayagriva seated himself as the highest knowledge in a corner of Kshirabdi, with Sri Mahalakshmi, born out of a lotus and with the name Saroja, was seated on his lap. His form radiated knowledge and bliss, and Lord Brahma then declared him the God of all knowledge. Meanwhile, back in the depths of the oceans, Madhu and Kaitapa were still unable to find the source of the voice that they set out to find. The two demons returned to the place where they had left the Vedas and found it missing. They became very angry. They then set out once again to try and find where the Vedas would have gone. At that time, they found the Lord Mahavishnu reclining on the Adisesha. Realization dawned on them that this is the person who should have done something about stealing their Vedas. This is the only person who seems powerful enough to challenge them. And so they began to jeer at the Lord and taunt him in order to provoke him. The Lord, who was in a position called Yoga Nidra, or a state of mystic slumber, slowly opened his eye. He saw that the two demons were preparing for battle, and he also went to attack them. Within moments, the two demons were crushed, for that was the might of Sri Mahavishnu. All the Devas appeared and showered the Lord with flowers upon his victory. The Lord Sri Mahavishnu was also given a divine name called Madhusudana because of his victory over the demon Madhu. This is the story of Hayagriva. An important thing to know is that along with plenty of hard work and the blessings of Lord Hayagriva, any of you can achieve success in any form of education. Hayagriva is available to bless one and all. Remember to recite 2 shlokas about Hayagriva every day. Jnananandamayam devam nirmalasphatiकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवम् उपास्महे वन्दे लक्ष्मीपतिं देवं शङ्खचक्रगदाधरं विद्यामूर्तिं हयग्रीवं शब्दार्थज्ञानलब्धये. Hayagriva is celebrated across our Vedas, across our Agamas, in many Itihasas and Puranas. Along with that, several Alvars have also offered their benedictions and prayers to Hayagriva. Let us learn as many of these prayers as possible, and let us pray to Hayagriva for success in education and everything thereafter. This video has been brought to you by the efforts of Paramanadi Trust. Please remember to subscribe to this channel and share the video far and wide if you enjoyed listening to this story, and if you would like to receive notifications about more such videos that we intend to publish in future.